Okay, I got the tire off after I got that strip lug nut off, and I'll put that in a different video how I got that out. Off. And now I'm starting on this fender well. As soon as I get it loose, then it'll give me a bunch more room in there. Starting over here first, getting these screws out. Okay, I got the fender well plastic outer fender off, and I can get to a lot more things here. I think the bushings look okay, considering the miles, but I still can't quite see that bolt. So, just gonna have to keep plugging away at it and see what I can do. Okay, I'm gonna have to drop this transmission down so I can get to those top bolts. I fought them up there behind that intake manifold, and I decided to maybe fight something else for a while. So anyway, what I've done is I've had to remove the skid plate that was over the transmission right there. Attaches right up in there. Those 4 shiny spots. And I've removed over on that side all the bolts but one, so there's only 2. And then on this side I've removed 1, and I'm in the process of getting this last one out. I got to punch it out. They come out pretty easily. I put some Freon on them. It's just manual labor having to work the ratchet. Of course, if you got an air wrench and a swivel, you can probably get in there pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, got the transmission jack supporting the transmission, supposedly. Find out in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the bolts on this side here, and I'm going to go over on the other side and I'll remove that last bolt. Then I'm going to see if this thing will come down, because oh yeah, and inside the hole here there was 2 bolts for me. This is a 2000 Yukon. Not bolts, but 2 nuts on two studs coming from the back support on the transmission back there. So I will be, the transmission is loose. So I'm thinking when I lower this over here and all the bolts are out, this frame piece support should come out. We'll find out, won't we? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll go over there. Well, the second bolt is stuck. This bolt is stuck. This is fairly loose. It's holding up on this somehow. But what I'll do is go ahead and loosen the other side and see if the whole thing will drop down. Maybe this will loosen up, take the bolt out, and maybe I don't even need to take the bolt out. We'll find out. Find out in a minute. Well, almost got it on camera. I had no trouble getting this bolt out at all. And the minute I got it out, I just turned the camera on. This whole crossbeam just fell. Kaboom. Kablooey. So, that's good news, because I don't have to take that bolt out. I just have to try and put it back in later. And you can see the 2 mounts for the transmission right there. Yeah, there they are. Okay. I'm going to still try and get that bolt out if I can, but just to get that piece out of my way if I can, but I don't know. If I get it out, I'll let you know. If not, it'll just stay there, because the bolts I need to remove on the transmission are on this side. I'm still fighting the upper bolts on the transmission to the engine block, and I'm going to try and go with 15 miles of extensions here. See if I can get to it from underneath, just about the way the book recommends. I do have the transmission lowered a little bit. Well, I'm back up on top, and I'm going to take this head off because I just cannot see anything back there. Now, whether or not I'll be able to get anything at all done, even when I take the head off, I don't know, but at least I'll have more visual room to see what's going on, because when I put the other engine in, the heads are going to be on it. Starting with the head, these are 8mm on the rocker cover. This stuff is all loose. Cover's off, the bolts stay right with the cover. These rocker bolts are 8mm as well. I'm just going to loosen them up, set them to the side, pull the push rods out. Okay, I just grabbed the little end of it here and pull it up, put my magnet on it. And there's one. Don't really care to keep track of the order of these because I'm not going to be using them. Just a pair of pliers, magnet, whatever you got. Probably get hold of them if you got a small magnet. Okay, I need to take this whole rocker arm rail completely out so I can get to the head bolts. They're just barely back underneath it, right in there, and just can hardly see them. I did a video on the head tightening sequence for these bolts, and so I'm not taking these out in order, but you'll see where they're placed if you check that video out on the engine that I refreshed that's going in. Once the rockers are off, you can just take this plate, these bolts take a 10mm socket, and the big head bolts take a 15mm socket. Okay, I've got all the small bolts out. Took a 10mm socket, of course. And I've loosened up all of the head bolts. One other thing I wanted to say is when I get all these bolts out, I'm going to rock it a little bit with maybe a end of a hammer handle in one of the ports here. And that should get it off the dowel pins that are in the engine. Well, she's loose. She kind of slid down. The one bolt in the back, way there in the back. Anyway, that bolt in the back wouldn't come out because the firewall's in the way. So now it's slid down. I gotta figure out how to slide the head forward, maybe. And okay, she's out. Came right out the front here. Once I remember to remove that rear bolt because it was hanging up. I got some, looks like where the valve was hitting that piston there. So maybe that piston's the one that threw the rod. I just don't know yet. That one looks okay, number 3. 5 is fine. And 7 looks okay too. Now I'm able to see the bracket that's holding the fuel rail or lines on the transmission bell housing there, and transmission bolts. At least I can see it now. I couldn't see it before, and I did not want to strip that bolt back there. It's just really hard to see. That cardboard is keeping these electrical lines pushed away from my work area back there. Okay, let's go look at the head. Probably see where that valve there has been hitting. Other than that, everything looks all right. Okay, I'm back on that bolt again at the top of the transmission that you can't get to. I'm using this wrench right here. I don't know where I got this thing. Probably a yard sale. Bought some tools that was with it. Anyway, there's the brand name, if you can read that. And it's a plug wrench, of all things. But see how it's offset. And you can get into that firewall. You can get away from that firewall. could see better, and able to see better, I was able to down in there. Still can't get out of there. Can't even retrieve the nut with a magnet. Yes, I got it off. I certainly did. Did I get it? There it is. There it is. That's what was holding up a lot of the progress. Because now what I want to do is get to that top bolt with another socket and winch. Alright, I was able to get that bolt out of the transy right there after I got the nut off it. The bolt come right out of the transmission. It was already loose. That little nut was so tight that when I broke it loose, it actually broke. It didn't break loose. The big bolt in the transmission broke. Moving on, there's another bolt right down here at the top, right in there. And I took it out, and it came out fairly easy as well. I just used a very long, flexible wrench. I'll show you those in a minute. And there's another bolt down there I got to get, and then I think there might be a plate on this side of the transmission I got to take off. A couple little bolts right down there maybe. I'm working on the last transmission bolt on the bottom, and it's a little difficult to get to because of the four-wheel drive. I lowered the transmission down a little bit as far as it wanted to go. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 wobble extensions on, and then a regular deep well 15. So anyway, there's the bolt. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, barely. It's out. I mean, it's loose. I haven't got it out. Should fall out. But you can see everything that is in the way of this. So I just, went over the top, around the top of the sensor here at the back of the exhaust. So there's a lot to be said for wobble extensions too. And there's what I used. And there's the bolt. Okay, I got the motor mounts out on both sides. Or I mean the bolts to the motor mounts. That's what they look like. Both sides. Passenger side, the right side's easier to get to than the driver's side, the left side, I'd say that. I used a 1/2 inch long extension. This one right here. A very long 1/2 inch ratchet that I've had a bazillion years. No idea where it came from. And I used a 15 swivel socket with their 3/8, so I needed the 1/2 inch adapter. So the next video, I'm going to use that crane over there, and I'm going to see if I can pull this engine out. If I find anything else that I forgot to take loose under there, and I know there's a sensor somewhere on this side with a big wire going to it, just couldn't get to it. Didn't want to try. I can lift the engine up, maybe I can get to it easier. So that'll end this video, and hope all your repairs go well, and I want to thank you all for watching. This is Can They Drive Garage, aka Steve AZ, saying bye for now.